and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I've got sort of the start of my beginner's guides to diamond painting and a few little things, you know, that may be hints and tips and things as you go along. Please let me know if there's anything in particular you do want to see, and I will do my best to accommodate. It may take me a bit, but I'll still do my best. So this first one is, you've received a kit. What do you do now? So this is an example. This is a kit that I've purchased from AliExpress. I will hopefully try and do, you know, a how to purchase and what to look at type video. But for now, you've ordered a kit, it's arrived. What do you do now? Okay, so you can see quite a lot of what I do on unboxings. But first thing I like to do is to check the canvas. Okay, so you've got your canvas. Quite often it can be rolled up like this one. This one is on a foam core. Sometimes they don't come with the foam core and the diamonds are in the middle. There's a few different ways of packaging them. But first thing I like to do is try and get the diamond painting flat. Now, I do like to have a look on the back of the diamond painting, and if I can see, I'm not even sure if it's showing up on camera, but there's a few little creases on the back of here, but there's nothing that looks as though it's been squooshed up when the glue's been put on. So it's nothing that either won't iron out if that's the way you prefer to do it, or won't just come out over time. So that's the first thing I like to check. And then what I like to do is to pull the cover sheet, the little contact paper sheet back. Now, this is only the case with these that come with the opaque covers. The ones that come with the clear ones don't tend to need the same sort of treatment. But I like to pull them back either halfway or too close to the edge without taking the actual sheet off. And then using my hand, I like to just squeeze them down, and that flattens out the canvas again. So already this one is flat and it's not rolling up on itself, and we've only done one piece. So I'll then do the second piece. Now, when I'm also pulling it back, I'm having a look at the glue just to check there's no bubbles or anything like that, which I'm not seeing on this one. And then we flatten it back down, and I do the same on the other side. So just flatten it back down, and this is just basically to have the diamond painting flat and ready to work with. And the last one. So that's the diamond painting ready to be worked on. Now, many of the diamond paintings will either come with an inventory sheet, or they'll come with the numbers and stuff down the key. So in this case, they've got them down the key. They don't come with a separate inventory sheet. For example, this is one that I've had recently that came with an inventory sheet. So that just, basically it's the same as what's on the canvas. In this case, some of them will also have numbers to let you know how many bags of something that you'll get. I'll have a look and find one of those for you in a minute. But for the sake of this canvas, there's a few different symbols on the canvas. So we've got number 1 to 30. That is just for this painting to let you know that there's 30 colours in this painting. Apart from that, you probably won't use that, apart from doing the inventory, but you won't tend to use that as much when you're actually diamond painting. Then we've got the code. So this is the symbol that you will see on the canvas for each of the colours. So that's the symbol that they use on here. Let me just peel it back. So a lot of that at the beginning you can see is the tick mark, and if we find the tick mark on the canvas, it's that one, which in this diamond painting is number 16. And then we've got the DMC code. So the DMC code they use, they actually call this DMS, but it's DMC. These are the numbers that are used for cross stitches and for threads. So this, you will find these numbers tend to be the same across the canvases. That is the number for the actual shade of colour. Now the symbol will be different, the number on the canvas would be different, but this DMC number may be the same across different canvases. So if you're wanting to store any spares that you have left over, this is the number that you want to use. You may find the shade variation between sellers, but you will find that it's pretty close in regard to that, to the DMC. And then we have quantity. So this is how many of each diamond we need for each painting. So if we go back to that symbol that we had before, the tick mark, that is DMC number 819. And for this painting, excuse me, we need 1974. So there's quite a lot of this one. But then some colours, let's have a look, what's the lowest? We've got one down here, we only need 22. So that's what your chart on the side of your canvas means. So some people like to have a look at the symbols, get themselves familiar, see if there's any where they have an arrow pointing this way and maybe an arrow pointing this way, which are two different numbers. That will then give them the chance to make sure that if they do happen, you know, working on a big one, to turn their painting round, they need to remember that. I'd say it's completely up to you how you want to work, but initially the first thing you need to do when you've got your diamond painting is to check that you have all your diamonds. This is before you confirm that you've received it on AliExpress, is to check that everything is there. So we've got a bit of crinkling. Now every seller does this differently. So let me just get these out actually. Let me get those out. So for this particular seller, they tend to put a code on the bag. So this sticker actually tells you information about this painting. So MV9539 is the code of the canvas. 20 by 25 is the size and 30 is the colours. So to confirm, on your canvas, you've got MV9539, you've got your size, 25 by 20, and you've got 30 colours. That's how they referenced it on the sticker. So if you do muddle up your diamonds, you'll be able to notice which painting it comes from. Now for this seller, they like to put all your diamonds in a bag. So all your diamonds go into one bag and they put 3 codes on this one. So they first put the number, so in this case it's number 4, and that is the number that matches on your canvas, number 4. Then they put 310. Now that's the number, the DMC number for this painting, for this colour, sorry. So that's the generic DMC number. And then 148 is how many are in this bag. So to compare it to the canvas, number 4, that's right. 310, that matches. And then they say we need 126, and they've given us 148. So they've given us more than we need for this canvas. So that's the way that this seller works. I will show you some examples of how other sellers work, and you can see my other unboxing videos to see more. But the easiest way I find to sort out all of these is to group them according to the number at the beginning. So this is number 10, so I want to put that in the 10s. We've got the 20s, 20s, 10s, single, single. So first off, I just sort of group them up together according to these numbers. There we've got the number 30, 10s, 20s, 20s, singles, 10s, singles, 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 10s, 10s, single. So I just like to group them up first off. Okay, so that's them all grouped up. So let's move the 20s and the 10s out of the way, and then we can start going through these ones. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we move on to the 10s. So we've got 10, 10. Oh, I've got one over here. Then we've got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And then we go to the 20s, so we've got 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So there we go. We have all of the colours that we need. You can check these up against the sort of colours to check that they're the right sort of shade against the symbols. You can also check the numbers, but for me that's enough to say that all of my diamonds are here, my canvas is here and it's all good, and I have my toolkit. So to me that is classed as a complete diamond painting, and I will mark it to the seller as received. I've received what I expect to receive, the canvas is good quality, the diamonds are all here, and I've got my toolkit. If I do find I have any problems with this part, so maybe there's a colour missing or my canvas isn't good quality, then I won't mark it as received, and I will message the seller first off to say this is wrong. Now when messaging the seller, bear in mind we are communicating with people whose primary language may not be English. Therefore, I always suggest include as many pictures as you can to show the faults, within reason, of course, but always take pictures to show the fault from a few different angles. You know, think to yourself, if I was looking at this, what would it look like? But yeah, and keep your language simple. So act as though you're speaking to a child, even though you're not. That's the easiest way for me personally to keep my language at a level that can be understood or translated easily. English is one of the languages I think that has so many different spellings and variations for words, and so many different options for something. So, you know, one thing could have a generic term in another language. So I'm trying to think of something that has many different names for many different types of a product, but in other languages it only has one name, and I can't think of an example. But anyway, us English do have a lot of words a lot of words for a lot of things, so just bear that in mind when you're speaking to the seller. If it's your canvas, you know, just keep it simple. My canvas has bubbles, or my canvas is not good. You know, keep your words as simple as you can. Include pictures so that they can determine, if they can't understand some words, they may be able to determine it by the pictures. But first instance, always contact the seller direct. Don't open a dispute yet, give them a chance to fix it. You know, you don't want them to get marked against their name just because of one thing, when actually if you message them they go, oh sorry, we'll send it again. Well, there you go, that's all you wanted in the first place. So yeah, that's my suggestion in regards to dealing with issues with a seller, is to message them first. If you're getting nowhere and you've explained it a few different ways, you make sure you tell them what you want as well. So if I didn't think it was workable, or I didn't think it was fixable, I would message them to say this is the problem with the canvas. If they come back and say we'll send you another one, you think, okay, great, they agree with me. If they come back and say, you know, oh well, this will be okay, then reply back and say, no, I want another canvas. Tell them what you want and give them a chance to fix it before you open a dispute. If you get nowhere, by all means open a dispute. I have had to do it in the past with one seller. It's not the best thing in the world, but sometimes you get nowhere with messaging. But I've had other sellers where I've just messaged to say this is a problem, or I've had a recent one where I had to message them after I'd accepted, everything was all good, everything had arrived. I had to message them to say I ran out of diamonds. They said, okay, no problem, we'll send you some more. What more could you ask for? So that's my view on what to do when you get a diamond painting. Hopefully this has helped. If there's anything that you're unsure of, please let me know. But I'm happy that all the diamonds are there for this canvas. I'm happy that I've got my toolkit and my canvas is good to go. So I'm happy to mark this one as received and all well and done from this seller. While we're on the topic of canvases received, I'll just show you one of my others that I have here. This one came with an inventory sheet. So I have done an unboxing and I have checked all of this one, but this is just to show you how another painting may come. So this one came with the symbols, which are on the diamond painting. It's come with numbers. Oh, sorry, I've got things falling in front of me. This one came with numbers, which I can tell are DMC numbers. The main reason you can tell the difference between these and these, even though they're Chinese at the top or Japanese or whatever it is these go in number order. And once you get used to working on diamond paintings, you'll get used to the numbers being the same. So I think that the sellers of diamond paintings tend to use the DMC numbers that start from about 150 and they go up to like 38 something. So you'll find that there's no 34s. That doesn't tend to be a number that DMC use that I've seen. So that tells me that this is the DMC number. This is the amount of bags that you need of each colour, and then this is actually the number of diamonds. So for the likes of this inventory sheet, I'll actually ignore that number, really. What I'm interested in is every diamond bag that I'm supposed to have in my inventory. And for this seller, they come in bags like this. So a bag like this, I don't think I've got any bigger bags in this one. No, they're all separate bags. So a bag like this holds on average 200, roughly 200 diamonds in this. So this one is number 822, which is the DMC number. So number 822, I should have 3 bags, which I've got. And it actually tells me that for this painting I need 423 for the painting. So 200, 400, and then I'll get my 23 out of there and I've got some left over. So that's how I do inventory on this one, is I'm mainly checking the amount of bags they tell me I should have. Is that right? Now, the only thing you need to bear in mind with this one, and I don't think I have an example in front of me, is some sellers do bags that are bigger than this. So more often than not, it is one that is about this size, and it actually is quite jam-packed full, and it holds about 1,000 diamonds. So you do need to bear that in mind. I'm sure that I didn't get any big bags in this one. But if you have a look at one of my unboxings from Home Fun or Disc Paint, they tend to use the bigger bags, so that will definitely show you. But if they tend to give you a bigger bag, bear in mind that is normally the equivalent to 5 of these small bags. So when you're checking your numbers, don't panic if you think you've not got enough but you have got some bigger bags. Have a look at other unboxings by the same company and somebody will be able to confirm for you the sizing. So that's just how I check off my inventory. As I say, I have loads of unboxings from many different manufacturers, so please feel free to have a look at some of those to get an idea of how different diamond paintings arrive, because they are all different. This one, as I say, just comes in bags. And of course the other check is that you have the right symbols, the right shape, sorry. So this one is a round diamond painting, so I have round diamonds. And in turn, the canvas on this one, I'm not sure if it's going to focus. Come on, camera. There we go. So the canvas on here, all the symbols have a little circle round. That means it's a circle canvas. And to show you the difference, because I have the same painting but in square, the difference is on this one, they won't have the little circle round. This one is just straight square symbols. The symbols are different, so don't expect them to be the same. They are different for this painting. In fact, the numbers are completely different, but that's what I do to check a diamond painting. So if you've got any questions, ask them in the comments below. I will get back to you. I've had a very busy life with work, but I will get there. But for now, I'm going to mark this one as definitely arrived and completed, and then we'll do a video again soon showing you how to start diamond painting. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.